I've decided to get meta with my commentary and discuss the thing I'm usually on while I'm writing these scripts. Mushrooms. Wait, no, mattresses. I'm usually on my mattress. I'm on my mattress right now. It's the coziest place to write a script. It's the most comfortable place to do anything. If you have any kind of task or responsibility, improve it by getting in bed. Tax work? Bedtime. Changing a tire? Do it in bed. Chainsaw carving? Get that ass on the soft table that is a bed. And we have customization for it. Mattresses come in all different shapes and sizes, because the truth is, so do we. So why don't we take a look at the customization options for mattresses, which are probably more in-depth than the options in most modern video games. There are actually two different king-sized mattresses, Pausanias and Archidamos. That's a joke for the Greek historians out there. Regular king, 80 by 76, and California king, 84 by 72. I'm talking in inches, obviously. California king presumably being the variant that catches on fire every year and is stuffed with medical marijuana. Queen-sized bed, 80 by 60, also has a weird, slightly larger variant of itself, just like the king did. But instead of being the California queen, it's called the Olympic queen, which just makes me think of Queen Elizabeth participating in the Olympics and crushing every sport. Just like the idea of the queen being this frail old woman and outrunning Usain Bolt, then immediately going into the world record long jump. That's why she's the queen, bitches. And the third most famous mattress size is the twin, 75 by 38. Although I don't know why they call it the twin if there's only one of the mattresses. I'm pretty sure the defining characteristic of a twin is that there's more than one of them. It would seem my research has led me to the fact that they are called twins because they are often used in pairs for people who sleep in the same room, but not in the same bed. At that point, just use a bunk bed. There's no point in having individual beds if you're not gonna risk one of them collapsing on top of the other. That's what they should have done in those old 70s black and white sitcoms. Back then, they weren't legally allowed to show a married couple in the same bed, because Christians are about as scared of sex as they are of people they don't want to have sex with. Just place the wife's bed above the husband's. Even back in the 70s, men surely wanted their wives to crush them. And damn, there's actually a huge mattress called the Alaska King that's 108 by 108. Damn, Alaska, do you really need all that space? What are you using it for? You live in Alaska, you have nothing to do. That makes me think about what the world's largest and smallest mattresses must be. And thanks to Alan Turing, there's a great way to find out. So, one quill-written letter to the National Archives later, and I've learned that the world's largest mattress is 38 by 80 feet. I've also learned that I have a restraining order from the National Archives. The smallest mattress is actually a record I wasn't able to find anything about, probably due to the aforementioned restraining order. But I'd mentioned someone in the world has got to have a really tiny mattress that they keep in their basement, and is going to have a really hard time explaining that to their mother when she finds it. We have a lot of different types of mattress materials to pull from as well, otherwise known as mats, the host of bed theory. More and more mattresses are ending up being memory foam, but what even is it? Well, it works by interacting with the heat of the person, warming up the material to let it mold around you, and then returning to its normal shape when there's no more pressure against it. Changing shape when hot, and morphing back when no longer pressured. There's a Hollywood joke here about pressures towards hot people, but I can't think of it. I guess that's what happens when you have the pressure, but not the hotness. Most, including mine, are actually the old spring mattress, which is some of the reasons why it's so fun to jump on. It's also an explanation as to why my back is covered in circular metallic scars. Truth be told, I should probably get a mattress that isn't just the springs. It was today that I learned that TempurPedic is actually the name of a mattress company, and not a type. This whole time I thought TempurPedic has just been Latin for angry feet. So they just made mattresses by stomping on other ones while on fire. And I promise this is the explanation as to why hot feet is in my search history. That might not end well for straw mattresses, though, which is an odd idea to me, because pretty much all societies learned how to do agriculture very early on, and it's not ridiculous for them to try woolen beds, but hey, I guess Minecraft really is the first to come up with these ideas, huh? But I'll tell you what Minecraft doesn't have: hammocks. And they are arguably the best type of mattress. It's like someone just threw a cloth between two trees and decided to cocoon themselves in it like a butterfly. And it's practical too. You can catch anything from the tree that might fall, like fruit or vegetables. Just get a good jungle hammock laying out all day, and when you come home, you'll find yourself a lovely banana hammock. But above all, it's got to be the bunk bed that reigns supreme. I've already explained how it's the perfect marriage accessory, but it's the best way for any two people to interact. Kim Jong-un and Greta Thunberg? Bunk bed. Osama bin Laden and Naruto? Bunk bed. Thanos and Adam Warlock? Well, that has actually happened, and they were talking about chickens. We usually use mattresses to sleep on, meaning that they're laid on the ground, but I think they might be useful as walls or even ceiling. The comfort and cushiness of it all can encapsulate you as you enjoy the feeling of soft cushioning all around you and desperately try not to think of how similar it is to vor. Those mattress walls are what they use in asylums to stop people from hurting themselves, and with how common stubbing toes is an issue everywhere, I reckon we should have those kinds of walls all over the place. I mean, think of how convenient it would be if you could hit a wall at full force and be fine. Although it would be inconvenient for action films to have macho protagonists throw enemies all over the place, only for them to comfortably land on a mattress every time. Finally, people could stop looking at me weird when I sleep standing up. I no longer have to explain that I'm always prepared for the reptilians' invasion, only to get weird looks from everyone as if they expected a normal answer for sleeping while standing. Now I can just say I'm using the wall mattress. Maybe there should also be a ceiling mattress, so when bats sleep upside down, they have something comfy to rest on. Poor bats. I mean, come on, name one bad thing a bat has done recently. You can't. We should give them some mattresses. The film Inception would certainly be less dramatic if its hallway fighting twisting scene was just mattresses the whole way around. Why fight when you can just let yourself roll around a spinning mattress square? Sounds like an experience you would have to pay for. Take that as you will. Would mattresses be easier or harder to pin paintings on? I mean, there's a reason why the Mona Lisa isn't put on a pincushion, but it would be much easier to put the spike into the wall itself. And who cares what the Mona Lisa thinks? The only reason you're famous is because you were kidnapped, lady. In fact, if we're talking about old stuff, why not try to get back on topic and discuss the first ever mattress, which was made of reeds and rushes around 75 KYA. That's 1,000 years ago for losers. What's cool about that is that my home country was inhabited around 80 KYA at the earliest, so ancient Australians are older than sleeping on a mattress. That's why we're the best. Granted, I'm a white Australian who's got no biological connection to those early Australians, so I probably don't have the right to say anything here. Something humorous I will say is that Homo sapiens weren't the earliest people to sleep on the ground. In fact, most Homo species slept in trees to escape predators, but it was Homo erectus who was the first to sleep on the ground. I guess you could say Erectus wasn't so erect, huh? Look, I need to make a Homo erectus joke, okay? It's the law. We've grown quite a lot from the days of leaf beds and Homo erectus, unfortunately. But one upside is that we have mattresses that literally change temperature to suit your needs. We've got warm mattresses and cold mattresses. But what if you want to be even more immersed? Can you buy a desert mattress that makes you feel like you're living in the desert? Crippling debt and all? Maybe I can buy a jungle bed that can really make me feel asleep in the harsh fear of malaria and tigers, not to mention the oppressively humid climate does wonders for your relaxation. Let's kick it up a bit with Arctic mattresses, just a slab of ice. Why bother when you're classic ASMR when hypothermia is the only NyQuil you'll ever need? Just a few of many options that show us how mattresses are an underappreciated part of our society, and they are totally not a complete waste of time to make a 10-minute video about.